All right. Haven't driven Elvira for a few days, and have to go install a ceiling fan at my daughter's. So I will show you something I've done to the car since the last time. If I can figure out how. Is it there? It's right there. Okay, watch. What? I've got one wiper blade. So I've yet to find another wiper blade, but I was able to take a junk wiper blade, or wiper arm I should say, that fit the wiper blades I could find, and took the spring off of one that would not fit the wiper blades I could find that said they were for this particular car, and installed it on said old wiper arm, and I'm in business. I can drive in the rain. Not that I really want to drive in the rain, but you know, I want to be able to drive my car. So, you know, I don't know how you guys feel about this stuff, but you know, it's I like driving them. That's why I built. Oh, I did do this too. So can you see that? Look, I put this little carpet thing on my dash to cover up the little cracks. It's not fancy, but it was like, you know, $30 and pretty reasonable. And you know, we'll see how much wind noise there is. I got the windows down. Just a nice, easy drive with daughters. I still haven't got my radiator sorted out. I did discover that the line going to the recovery tank, from the radiator to the recovery tank, was plugged severely. So I replaced that line, and that seems to have helped a little bit, because you know, now it's working. The recovery tank's working. When it gets hot, it puts some water over the recovery tank. When it cools off, it brings it back, and blah blah. And it's not making a mess of my floor as bad. It's still got a little leak. One spot in the radiator, and then a couple spots in the little T where my radiator cap goes. So, but I have a buddy. So I got an aluminum radiator, and it has a hole in it. And I got a buddy working on trying to repair it, and he's really pretty good at things. He's been doing like refrigerant, AC, like for factories and all that kind of crap for years. So he does a lot of soldering and brazing and this and that. So he said he'd give it a go. It's something new he's never tried, and we're gonna see how it goes. And you know, if it don't work, I'll eventually buy a radiator. But right now, I'm not gonna worry about it. It really looks like rain. According to Mrs. Muck, the weather app, it says it's not gonna rain, but it looks like rain. So, anyway, you can tell we have a lot of corn. I hope you noticed all that corn. But you know, I'm in the heart of Indiana. I say heart, I'm really more southern, but you know, anyway. I don't know if you all know who John Mellencamp is, but the town I'm from, that's where John Mellencamp was born. So he went to school there and all that good crapola. And we got a big mural in one of our buildings. I should take you a trip downtown sometime, and all that. You can just see what's what with what we call downtown. downtown. Used to, when we were kids, we'd go cruising. I've had other videos on this, but we cruised downtown, and downtown business owners got aggravated about the early 2000s there somewhere, and the city banned cruising. You could no longer cruise downtown. So I got to talking to some adult people, and we kind of wanted to go cruising on occasion and all that. So I got with the city, and the city said, okay, yeah, we can approve that night. And so one night a year we take to downtown Seymour, and there's I don't know, somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000 people show up, and support the local businesses and buying food, drinks, and gas, and we drive around downtown Seymour for 3 or 4 hours. We used to have live music, but my live music guy is no longer with us, and it's kind of sad. We lost a couple guys in that, but that were really big supporters of the cruising downtown. But anyway, there's a memorial car show for one of the guys the night before Scoop the Loop in Seymour, August 19th this year. So August 18th is the car show. It's a Friday night show, and it's a good deal too. I didn't really think this would turn into a I don't know what to call this video, a little publication video. What do you a commercial? I don't know. But anyway, if you guys get bored and you're anywhere close to southern Indiana, I don't know if you can see me, but I turned you around to try. But yeah, Scoop the Loop. It's a good time. It's not necessarily made for classic cars. Was never the goal or intention of it. Its purpose was to get people downtown, and a little camaraderie and hanging out and seeing old friends and this and that. And, if your old friend has something cool to drive, that's awesome. If your old friend's driving, his minivan because his kids are in soccer, that's awesome too. Really do not care. If your car's rusty and beat up, don't matter. You're just downtown cruising. When I was a kid, I had a 65 Ford Galaxy, 2-door hardtop. That was my cruiser, and that was the first car that I ran around in. I owned another car before then, but that was the 61 Hawk that you've seen, the little resto slideshow on my channel that I restored in 2002 to 2005. But I never did drive that until I had owned it for like 21 years. So that 65 Ford was my driver. I used to spray its white paint down with Windex before Friday nights cruising after I'd get off work at the Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I'd fill it up with gas, and I'd head downtown blaring my Kraco with built-in 3-bar equalizer, cassette deck with auto reverse, because I had a job and I could afford good shit. My 4 6x9s in the back were blaring. I had 2 6x9s stuck under the dash. Oh yeah, it was sweet. Air shocks on it, maxed out, so you get that good rake, and littler tires on the front, Keystone Classics. I mean, it was a beast. 390. It was really a fairly quick car for the day. Raced a lot of people in that, and rarely ever lost a race. The only one that really comes to mind that I lost, my fuel pump blew apart on me, and I was spraying fuel everywhere, and it wasn't getting to my carburetor. I did not know that until I pulled the car over and looked at it and started it up, and I seen fuel spraying everywhere, and then I drove it home. And it's a wonder I didn't burn it to the ground and kill myself. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So that's just what it is sometimes. But anyway, when I would go cruising in that car, it was, it cost me $450. I baled hay to pay for that car. Then, you know, all the repairs I'd done myself because I was poor, and I learned on that car, and you know, but it wasn't particularly nice per se, because, you know, it was a 1965 and, you know, the late 1980s, and it was getting old. But when I was driving it, it might as well have been brand new. It was amazing. I don't want to say I regret selling the car, because when I sold it, it was sold for parts, because I had abused it horribly for years. So it was good. You know, the guy that got it got a bunch of parts off for his to get it looking good and on the road. Mine had a busted frame because I went through like 6 engines in a year racing it, and I built stuff with used parts because that's what I could afford. Really got it fairly fast for a big full-bodied Ford. Ran 1/8 miles, and you know, it was fun. I do miss the car sometimes. But one of the things a buddy of mine pointed out the other day as I was doing a burnout in this one was he was in the passenger seat, and he's like, he was looking over a red dash over a white hood, and he said it took him back to that 65 Ford, and I never did realize that with this car. That I'm getting goosebumps. I hope you guys can see me, but yeah, I like this car a lot. This is going to be fun. I don't know where all this car will lead me, but I'm getting sentimental. Sorry, but anyway, I was trying to make a short video just to chit chat with you guys for a minute, but it turned a little longer. So anyway, I'm gonna go do a ceiling fan now. So Redneck Muck, peace.